It's not too big, but I just don't want to have to, huh? It's still pretty decent, actually. I'd say about 3.
Bass?
Yeah.
On what?
Wacky. I was kind of just working it in there, like right in that opening, and he came up and ate it right away.
Dude, that's a good bass.
I watched him come up and eat it too, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, boy.
On the intro, just kidding, I wasn't even doing an intro. But first bass of the day, Gulpers TV, what is going on? Beautiful 2-pounder.
Oh, no, I'd say 2.5.
2.5, 3 maybe.
Yeah.
So, we'll just say not bad. We got me, Jake, and Nolan out here on this beautiful sunny day. Didn't think this bass was going to be chilling right where it was, but he was. So, there's your first 2.5-pounder for the day. Alright, Gulpers TV. So, I have been using this Wacky rig lately. In my last video, you saw at the 1v1 challenge, I caught all 3 of my bass on the Wacky rig, and just there, I just caught that 2.5-pounder on the Wacky rig. So I'm going to show you what I kind of use, because it is a good lure that you can use, and it's easy to do. So, all I start with here is I have a swivel on. You don't need a swivel, but you can have that. So here's my swivel. You don't really necessarily need that, but I use it. And then I have an eagle claw leader. So I got the hook on the end and then the loop. So what I do with this hook then is I take one of my worms that I use, which I use for Texas rigging a lot in the beginning of the year. But you see how I have the hook here. You can put it anywhere, but preferably I usually put it in about the middle of it. So then it hangs like this. And then when you jerk it, you just kind of pull it and it flies back, and the bass see that motion and then they eat it. So that is all that I'm using for this, and that's how you kind of make a Texas or a Wacky rig worm. Simple as that. Easy lure, and it works, and it's been working for me in these past few videos. And now in this video, that is what it's going to be about, is how to catch fish and, you know, use and make a Wacky rig worm. So there you go. Many different ways you can work this, but as you can see in this spot, I got weeds like algae all over right around here. You see that? So you don't necessarily want to throw it where there's weeds. So what I kind of do is you kind of got to hit the openings here. So right there is about perfect. Let out some line and let it sink first. So that's what you got to do. Step 1, let it sink and everything. Step 2, kind of just give it small little jigs like this. I usually tend to go as high up as I can. I got this technique from Nolan and Jake, and it works beautifully. So once I get about there, just kind of let it sit, reel in so you don't have too much slack, and just do it again. You can go slower or whatever, but that's how I just caught that last fish. Usually how I worked it in the last video, which I hope you guys all saw. If you didn't, go check it out. It's a 1v1 fishing challenge. So I kind of would just cast it out and just give it one hard jerk. And that really attracts, oh shoot. That really attracts the bass. It's just that one hard jerk, because then it kind of like flows, you know what I mean? Maybe give it 2 hard jerks, 3, and then you can work it just like I did in that first try, just like that. Every way you will catch a fish. There's no way that works better than the other. But it really all depends on where you're at. So like in these openings, I like to work it like this, because when you're not fishing too deep, it works a lot better. When you got open water and you can cast it far out, I'd work it the other way, get that movement, and get the bigger bass and maybe some pike moving after it here. A Wacky rig fish for Jake. Just a small little guy.
Yeah, Wacky rig is the way to go here.
It is. Again, he was doing the same thing
I worked it just like
that I was the first example I showed.
Yes.
But he's got a bigger hook on too. Definitely not the 2.5-pounder that I caught, but okay, so that is Jake's first fish on the day. Nolan had a frog fish.
Nolan just had another one on. The frog. I think I heard him, yeah.
Yeah, he's probably yelling. So the Wacky rig is obviously working, but the frog also seems to be working right now. And there goes the fish. beautiful first fish.
We should have let him out in the deep water.
Yeah.
Over here.
Well, hey, all we're
He
doing
can't
is
swim
fishing
through
this
right
little
there,
culvert. This is where
Tony, do you have any
Ben and
worms
I
on
caught
you?
all of our bass
any
in the
worms
first
on you?
video. I do.
Mind if I borrow one?
So, Wacky rig is the lure for the day. Perfect, because that what this video is about is catching fish off of the Wacky rig. So, that's good. And we're just gonna keep hitting this spot. If nothing else, we're gonna go over there. I caught a Wacky rig fish over there too, and back by Nolan. So, it's gonna be good. We're gonna get a bunch of fish off this Wacky rig today. I'm just working that first style, trying to jig it around in here. Well, I know we got bass sitting the borders. Oh shoot, dude. These are not friendly rocks over here. Jeez. Just working it to the side here. Get some more action. Alright guys. So, oh
That was
wow.
actually a bass. That was not
That
a
was a
carp.
bass, yeah.
That was not a carp.
You can see that. These bass are going crazy for top water right now, you guys. So,
would probably be pretty large.
yeah, it would be nice. But the Wacky rig video is all set, and you could see the way that I set it up and the way that I worked it. Caught 2 fish off. Jake caught 1 and I caught 1. So we're just gonna switch up gears here. So thanks for watching this Wacky rig video, and we'll catch you guys next time on Gulpers TV.